morning, guys. My name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome all subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button. Please do subscribe. I hope everybody has a lovely Thursday. So Alexa, good morning.
Good morning, and happy birthday to three American titans of entertainment, author Stephen King, actor and comedian Bill Murray, and director Jerry Bruckheimer. I can only imagine how a collaboration would turn out.
Right, Alexa, what's the time, please?
The time is 8:32 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Thursday, the 21st of September.
Alexa, what's the weather like in Rochester?
Currently, in Rochester, England, it's 13 degrees Celsius with cloudy skies. Today, you can expect clouds with a chance of showers, with a high of 18 degrees and a low of 10 degrees.
And Alexa, can you tell me a joke? Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
Did you hear about the pirate who became a great chef? He mastered the 7 seasonings.
Excuse me. I'm sure I've got a cold, or I've had the start of a cold, so excuse my cough. So, we'll do the birthday song, shall we? Alexa, can you sing the happy birthday song?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Now 3 cheers. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Right, and when I was a little kid, what did I get sung? Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. I saw a fat monkey and I saw it was you. That's what I used to get sung to me when I was small. And I think that's just, there's many versions of Happy Birthday, isn't there? And many comedy songs that are attached with it, but I remember that one. Or is it Happy Birthday to you, squash tomatoes and stew. I saw a fat monkey and I saw it was you. Right, guys, so let's find out whose other people's birthday is today. Alexa, whose birthday is it today?
Today's famous birthdays include Indian director, producer, and scriptwriter Atlee, American author Stephen King, actress, director Cheryl Hines, American actor and comedian Bill Murray, and American actor Scott Evans.
So going on with the theme of horror films, horror music, Alexa, name some of the films that Stephen King produced.
Stephen King is known for The Shawshank Redemption, Creepshow, Maximum Overdrive, and Kingdom Hospital.
He also, Alexa, who produced the film Christine?
Christine was produced by Richard Kobritz.
So not produced. Alexa, who wrote Christine?
Christine was written by Stephen King and Bill Phillips.
So, sorry, Stephen King wrote Christine, and he wrote horror books that were made into films. Because when I was a child, I used to read Stephen King's books. Alexa, how old is Stephen King?
Stephen King is 76 years old.
He's 76. So he is 21 years older than me. So I remember Stephen King, James Herbert is another horror writer. Alexa, who's James Herbert?
James John Herbert, OBE, was an English horror writer. A full-time writer, he also designed his own book covers and publicity.
So for anyone like myself who has been a horror fan for many, many years since I was a child, I remember Stephen King and James Herbert. So, yeah, bringing on to what happened last night, which was uncanny. I was going through horror films of the 1980s, the 1990s, the 2000s, and I remember a film called The Wishmaster. Alexa, when was the film The Wishmaster made?
Here are the Wishmaster movies in order of release date. Wishmaster, Wishmaster 2, Evil Never Dies, Wishmaster 3, Beyond the Gates of Hell, and Wishmaster 4, The Prophecy Fulfilled.
Right, so who was the main, Alexa, who was the main actor in Wishmaster?
Wishmaster stars Tammy Lauren, Andrew Devoe, and Angus Scrimm.
So Andrew Devoe was the guy that played the djinn in Wishmaster, the original, and I remember watching that as well. So last night I was trying to see if I could get hold of a free, Wishmaster for free on YouTube, but you have to, obviously, it says free full film, press on it, and then you have to give your bank details, and I don't want to do that, even if it is for £1. I don't want to give my bank details, so I bypassed that. So I can get a copy of it on eBay if I want to, and many charity shops still sell old DVDs, so maybe one of them's got one. But The Wishmaster is a brilliant film. It's a brilliant horror film. I watched it several times. So I was looking up Andrew Devoe on my phone, and he's got an Instagram channel. He's 68 years old, Andrew Devoe is. It's a fantastic horror film. I want to get hold of it and watch it again. I was going through Andrew Devoe's Instagram when my excuse me, WhatsApp went off, and it was my son Andrew. It was my son Andrew, so I was looking up Andrew Devoe, and then my son Andrew rings me a bit late at night. WhatsApps me, and that's just weird, because his name's Andrew, so I was looking up Andrew Devoe, and my son Andrew WhatsApped me after I was looking through the guy's Instagram. So he's, I believe, in America, but he's not American. Alexa, what nationality is Andrew Devoe?
From MarriettBiography.com. He is of British nationality.
I don't, well, it says something else on Wikipedia anyway. Anyway, so I started to watch Fright Night, but then that didn't appeal to me, and I actually remembered Wishmaster. Also, when I was a child, right, when I was a kid, my father was a TV installer, so he worked for Granada, Vision Hire, and all those type of TV rental companies in the 80s, and he used to get, he used to have to install TVs to people. So even in high-rise block flats on the 14th floor, he had to carry a television set all the way up the stairs, even if the lift wasn't working. But he would also get a first look at the, because it was VHS tapes then, VHS tapes. So he would get first look at the films that were coming out, and I remember the film Scanners. So he brought the film Scanners. Alexa, what is the film Scanners about?
Scanners is a 1981 horror starring Jennifer O'Neill, Stephen Lack, and Patrick McGoohan. A scientist trains a man with an advanced telepathic ability called scanning to stop a dangerous scanner with extraordinary psychic powers from waging war against non-scanners. It is 1 hour and 43 minutes long. The movie has a rating of 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb based on around 60,000 votes, and is rated 18.
So that film was an 18 when my father brought that home to us, and there's an actress called Jennifer in that. My mum's called Jennifer, so there's an actress in the film Scanners that my father brought home when I was about 12, 13, or 15 at the least. So my father was bringing home 18 rated films when I was a kid for us to watch, and Scanners is quite graphic with heads exploding. So I watched that as a kid. My dad used to take me around to people's homes and install televisions. He used to have the televisions sometimes at my nan and granddad's overnight. He was a TV engineer and installer. Well, I'm not saying he was an engineer, but he installed tellies and anything to do with the TV set, and he always used to have a company van, and it was a big white van with Granada in red and black, the Granada symbol in black, and all red and black writing. And of course, red and black is royal colours, red and black post boxes, red and black uniform on the Beefeaters. It's royal colours. So I was watching 18 rated films when I was 13, 14 and 15 because my father was bringing them home from his place of work. Anyway, let's go back to yesterday. I've had no stupid messages on my iPhone. There's a guy that's gone in next door, the empty flat. There was an oven outside yesterday, so the lady next door must have left an oven in the flat. So let's go outside onto the balcony. My washing. It's my washing. Yeah, you can see there's an oven by the bin. Slowly. There's an oven by the litter bin, old oven by the litter bin, but it's rubbish today here, so the refuse men are due to collect the refuge. So you can have the Dennis bin truck coming down, all noisy, to collect the rubbish. So yeah, last night I took Max out for a walk. It was a bit earlier, so it wasn't that dark, but however it was raining and it wasn't very nice, so I took my umbrella, I had my cap on, I walked down the road, I walked along Common Creek Wharf, very, very quiet to start with. I saw a giant slug. It was an enormous slug. This weather brings all the slugs and the snails out, and I don't want to stand on snails, but snails have a habit, don't they, of being right underneath your feet, and when it's dark, you know, you tread on them, and I don't like that. It upsets me when I tread on snails. But it's life. I don't like killing things, and I could hear the shell crunching underneath my feet, but you can't see things like that in the dark, and they do have a habit of crawling across the pavement and in the road. So I saw a giant slug. There was a couple laughing near the children's playground. There was a couple laughing, and she was going, "You beast," or "You monster," to her boyfriend. I can't remember if it was you're a beast, you're a monster. And I just carried on walking. I didn't go onto the field because it was getting very dark, very slippery. There was a guy that looked like he was wearing Diana's baseball jacket. There's famous pictures of Princess Diana in a green and white baseball jacket, and this guy, it was raining, mind, he had no umbrella, he looked like he was walking around in Princess Diana's baseball jacket and a pair of shorts, and it was pissing down with rain, and he had a white dog and he was walking it around the field in the pissing rain. But it really did look like Princess Diana's green and white baseball jacket, which is featured very often on the Facebook groups that I've joined, and it's put on Facebook. And then it was like blokes were trying to cough and get my attention. So as I was going back home past the Rochester Riverside office, several people were going, and I didn't turn round, I just walked home. It was raining. Raining quite bad, and then I just walked home, walked into my flat. There's a guy in these flats who's about 400 pounds. 400 pounds. He's a nice chap, by the way, but I'm just saying, he's 400 pounds. He's got a baseball cap, because I've been wearing my baseball cap because of the weather. So in front of me was a guy that was about 400 pounds with a baseball cap, walking his kids, and a dog that looks like mine. But his dog is a female dog, and my dog is a male dog. So I'm going to come on to something in a moment, because I'm going to show you what I got from the co-op last night. And it wasn't a lot of food either, it was just basics. My mother was helping me out with cat food, and cat food is £5 now. It's £5 for one box, and my cats had run out of cat food yesterday. So I went out to the co-op specifically just to get cat food, but I like to get something to read, and the co-op had put away all their newspapers. There wasn't one newspaper out. Mind you, it was getting on for 8 o'clock. There was no newspapers. So I got myself a magazine to read. So I'm going to go on to tell you about the magazine I bought and what's in that. And life is tough. So cat food is £5 a box. And so is dog food. I've got 2 cats and a dog. It is very tough. And it was a toss between, I was really thirsty. I wanted some drinks. So I thought, should I get drinks or should I get snacks? So I got drinks. I came back back into my flat, I watched a film with Andrew Divoff in it, and I was eating some KP honey roast peanuts that I got from the One Stop, because you have to juggle what you buy. You have to juggle. You have to say, right, my pets need feeding. My pets need feeding. I'm thirsty, and food is so expensive as well. But I have got food left over from the One Stop Shop. I've got a sausage roll. I've got beans that I've still got from Tesco. I've got meatballs. I've got food. I'm just saying, just for a packet of crisps that used to be 69 pence. It's like £1.50. Everything's doubled and sometimes tripled in price. And you honestly do have to choose between you and your pets or whatever. And cat litter, a bag of cat litter that lasts a few days is over £5. Why it's just going up and up and up. It's not stopping. They need to stop it. It's ridiculous. Every so often a newspaper used to go up 5 or 10 pence maybe once a year. These food prices are just ridiculous. Every time you go in the shop, they've stuck another 5 pence on something, another 10 pence. People can't afford to eat. It's ridiculous. Right, guys, I'm going to show you what I got from the Co-op on the next one. And for £20, it's appalling, the cost of living. It's absolutely horrendous.